So this is a floating Monsters Grim Reaper, and as you can tell, I got it at the thrift store for $5. This thing has had a pretty crazy story for only having it for a couple of hours. I think like 2 hours so far. If you're looking at the face, you might notice how like there's a bunch of cracks on it and how this side looks like it broke. So I found this at the thrift store, and I basically how I found it was like, imagine if like this thing was like laying like this direction, and all I saw was the rod, this hand, and a tiny little amount of fabric. When I pulled it out, I noticed this huge crack at the top, and my mom touched this eye, and it busted in. The plastic on this thing's pretty yellowed. The hands are fine, but the base is really cracked. See? So we ended up having to tape the eye back on. Then we opened up the battery compartment, and we found 4 Duracell batteries covered in white powder. It was like a very bad case of corrosion. Like, look at how bad that is. This is this is what we cleaned out. And it's just gross. So we didn't even try to put in batteries because there's no chance of this thing working. Animatronic Lover would probably try to explain how to do this, but I don't think there's any saving this thing. This might be worse than the M&M, to be honest. The M&M was terrible. So this is gonna be a static piece. I really like how I hung it on my hammock, but we can't move this into the front yard for Halloween, so we're probably gonna have to hang it from our tree or something. As a static piece. I'm gonna have to remove this thing. For some reason, they put the price tag here, and they stapled this thing in, so it looks stupid. But yeah, it looks like Ghostface. And the head is like hollow plastic. The hands are like way better material. See, they're like filled. This is just like very cheap plastic. So yeah. So of course this thing will never work. It's very awkward to hold. It hurt my thumbs when I was carrying it. So yeah. That's this guy. I might also do a couple more of these videos to explain why these things won't work. So yeah, this guy was $5.